Runner at first here. A ball and a strike. And a knuckle curve missed that time. 2-1.
Hey, after those two breaking balls missed, you have to be sitting on a fastball right here.
Baez breaks from first, and it's fouled away. Oh, and this is swung on and missed. 4 strikeouts already, and that's out number 2.
That's out of the game. I wouldn't be surprised if a coach finds him in the dugout and gives him a little talk about shortening up and putting the ball in play. Good things tend to happen when you do that in these kinds of conditions.
Here's Chris Bryant now. Popped him up. Alfaro over to his right. He makes the play, and that'll end the inning. So they pick up no runs on no hits, no errors, and a runner left on. We'll move on to the bottom of inning number 3. Cubs lead it 1-0. So striding in, Eduardo Nunez. He was 1 for 4 in Sunday's affair. Here's the first pitch to him. Nasty breaking ball swung on in the dirt. Up with it, Caratini. And he makes the throw to first. Nunez is retired, and there's one away. Back to the top of the order now. And up next will be the big catcher, Jorge Alfaro. Now the first pitch here from Lester. A ball and no strikes.
1 ball, no strikes.
One out, nobody on. Starts to go around, but the home plate umpire says he held up. Ball 2. Three and 0 now.
Well, those were a couple of close pitches right there in the inner part of the zone. Hitters will tell you, pitches in that location are tough to do anything with.
Fouled off. Into his motion. Here comes the 3-1. That's strike 2 on a well-placed changeup around the knees. Three-two pitch. Now here's a check swing, and they appeal down to first. No swing, so that's ball 4.
He almost got him to commit there. As we take another look at it in slow motion, he comes awfully close to breaking that plane, but he was able to hold back. Strong wrist, and he gets a trip to first because of it.
Digging in for his second at-bat, Hanser Alberto. He's 0 for 1 after grounding out in his only trip to the plate so far.
Yeah, Matty, expect this pitcher to try and get the same result. That's his last at bat right here. The double play is in order. Anything on the ground, the way this defense is, they could certainly roll too. Man, he just missed the zone right there. One of the toughest pitches in the game, that backdoor cutter. As an offensive player, you give up on that pitch. As soon as it comes out of the hand, the next thing you know, it's trying to grab the corner.
A ball and a strike. He's set. Here comes the 1-1. Line drive to center field, and that'll get down for a base hit. Long throw to third. And he's safe.
He's lucky it's only a single back up the middle and not a double in the gap or a home run. Pitches like that in a show get absolutely hammered.
Here's Carlos Santana now, as he'll send a ground ball down to third. And, he gives it the old ole at third, and he gets right by him into left. And the tying run is in to score from third.
Yeah, Dan, he's got to feel pretty good about that. Not only did he have a great AB, first pitch hacking, but he smoked that ball to mix in a ribby knock.
Boy, he did. He must have had a pretty good plan of attack walking into that batter's box, and he had an idea of the pitch that he was going to get. And, boy, he sure turned it loose and buggy whipped that one.
So the big bat of Miguel Sano digs in next, as he'll take a look at ball one. Two balls and no strikes to Miguel Sano.
Hey, time to start making some quality pitches. He finds himself in a tough spot behind an account with guys on base.
He's set, and the 2-0 pitch. Runners are at first and second with one away. Right side, but it's going to be a foul ball. And this one's in the dirt. The runners will hold tight, but it's a full count now, 3-2. Trying to send him packing for the second time. Smoked on the ground up the middle. To second for one. Relay to first in time, and just like that, this side is retired. Orioles settle for one. 3 innings complete, all tied at 1-1. All set for the start of the inning, and next it'll be the left-handed power threat, Kyle Schwarber.
The left fielder, Kyle Schwarber.
First pitch coming, here it is. And he throws the fastball by him here, 0-1. Now the pitch.
Ball.
Hey, after the double in his first at-bat, looks like he's trying to pitch around this guy a little bit.
The 2-1 home.
3-1.
Team's been struggling on offense. Let your D work for you right here. Pound the zone.
Swing, strike 2.
When you get yourself to a 3-1 count and you get a fastball, those are the ones you really want to punish. Couldn't get the bat on it, so we'll see if that comes back to haunt him.
And he lays off there, ball 4. So the leadoff man is on here to begin stanza number 4.
And I'm pretty sure he thought that was a strike. He's thinking, what do I have to do? Put a bow on it? Walk it down and put it in the catcher's glove by myself? I think it got called a little outside, so he has to put it behind him now.
Ready now, Ian Happ, runner at first to start the inning. And Dan, when it comes to pitching in the rain, what changes?
I think the most difficult part, Matt, is the ball gets slippery. It's hard to keep your hands dry, and if you don't have a good feel in that grip, it's hard to control where you're going to throw the ball.
comes set. Here's the 0-0 pitch. Just behind the fastball there. 2 strikes now. Grounded to third. This could be 2. Nunez to Santana to get the double play.
Nice job on the mound to bounce back from the leadoff walk. Those are usually pretty costly, but that won't be the case this time after the 2-ball.
So base is empty now after the double play, and digging in is the switch hitting catcher Victor Caratini. First delivery to him on the way.
Ball, go.
1 run, 2 hits, no errors so far for the Cubbies. That's lifted the other way out to left. Mancini will reach out with one hand to make the catch on the move, and that ends the inning. So nothing happening this time around. On now to the bottom half of inning number 4, all tied at 1-1. Just about set to go for the last of the 4th. But before we do that, here's Heidi Watney.
Matt, I had a chance to discuss the state of the Orioles offense with their manager between innings, and flat out he was very pleased with the quality of their at-bats. Yes, they've only scored 1 run, but he said they've done a great job of forcing the pitch count up, and he thinks that's going to lead to more offense for them as this game goes on.
Good stuff, Heidi. Thanks. Trying to pick things up where he left off, Trey Mancini. A matchup with John Lester now to lead off the inning. First pitch of the at-bat. The windup and the 1-0 pitch. Popped him up. Young in foul ground. Makes the play, 1 away. Here's Howie Kendrick. So far 0 for 1 with a flyout. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. Swing and a line drive. Foul. 1 run, 4 hits, and no errors for the Orioles so far. This one's outside, quite a bit off the plate that time. A ball and 2 strikes. The 1-2. Swung on, and he went fishing in the dirt. And the throw to first is there to record the second out. Digging in the switch hitter, Anthony Santander. He's 0 for 1 after grounding out in his only trip to the plate so far. First delivery to him on the way. A fastball here as he'll take a look at ball 1. 1-0. 2 out, nobody on. 2-0.
He may be down 2-0 after those first 2 pitches in this AB, but those are pitches he can feel pretty good about. They did miss by a whole lot, so it's not like he's all over the place.
Kiermaier is going to have room out there as he puts this away to retire the side. 1, 2, 3 go the Orioles. 5th inning coming up, tied at 1. Welcome back to Baltimore as we send you down to check in with Heidi Watney.
Thanks, Matt. In between innings, I was able to catch up with the manager of the Cubs to discuss his thoughts on his lineup so far. And he told me he feels like they're being too patient at the plate right now. He said the problem is they're allowing themselves to fall behind in the count way too often, which is forcing them to constantly be in protect mode and swing at bad pitches. A lot of their outs have come from at-bats where they've fallen behind. So the focus going forward needs to be about being the aggressor early in the at-bats.
Thank you, Heidi.
David Bodie.
Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. David Bodie will stand in for the second time now as he looks at a called strike. It's 0-1. Really feels like he's just on cruise control out there on the mound right now.
Boy, this is a tight one. You kind of get the feeling like the next team that scores is going to win this one.
Sets the target low here, and it misses 1-1. Here's a swing and a long drive high in the air and deep to center field. On to the lawn and gone. So it's a solo run on the season for him, and the Cubs move out ahead 2-1.
To give up a towering blast to one of the best players in their lineup, it's better to do it with no one on base. It stings, sure, but a solo shot isn't going to be the deciding factor in a game.
So here's Kevin Kiermaier as he looks at a fastball that's in there for strike one. 0 for 1 after he took a look at strike 3 in his first plate appearance. And now a pitch on the way. Fastball well outside. Base is empty here with nobody out. And he fouls this one off. Looking to punch him out again. The pitch. Pulled the string on him. Strike 3 swinging. Alfaro goes to get it, and he makes the throw to first. Kiermaier is retired, and there's one away.
Well, you know you made a real nice pitch when you bounce it in the dirt, and you still get the hitter to swing at it. That tells me that there's a lot of deception in that pitch right now.
So in now for Chicago, Jared Young. 0 for 1 for him here in this one. Here comes the first pitch.
Hey, this isn't exactly the way you'd like to draw it up. Not throwing a lot of first pitch strikes, but the bottom line is he's getting outs.
Try to bunt for a base hit here as he gets this one down. On the barehanded attempt, gets by him here, and that ought to go as a bunt single. And they'll have no play as he reaches first base safely. Here's Javier Baez as he'll take a look at an off-speed pitch here that misses for ball 1. Baez is truly an elite-level defender, which is a big deal given the position he plays in the middle infield. Defensive metrics have become a bigger and bigger part of evaluating players, of course, and he's consistently among the leaders in these newer categories at his position.
Yeah, you can tell. His pitching staff absolutely loves him. First step quickness, soft hands, an absolute cannon for an arm. This guy fits the bill defensively.
1-2 as the changeup had him out in front there. Hits are now even at 4 apiece. That misses, and we're even at 2-2.
Looks like that bomb earlier in the inning kind of put this pitcher on the defensive. Not being very aggressive right now.
Just hung in there on that one. The 2-2 one more time.
We could see the runner in motion here on a 3-2 count with 1 out. There's a pretty good chance he's going to get a pitch to swing at, and if not, it's ball 4 anyways.
And he misses with that one for ball 4. So that'll put runners on first and second now with one away.
The batter, the second baseman, Ronald.
Coming to the plate now, Ronald Torreyes. He was sat down on strikes in his last at-bat. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. And here's a fastball called for strike 1. And he misses with it, 1-1. First and second now, one man out. Hit high in the air down the right field line. Right fielder coming on. He lays out for it, but he can't pull it in. Headed home. Now the relay home. And not in time as the second run scores.
That's a monster at bat right there. A 1-run lead is fine and everything, but a 3-run cushion feels a lot better. And that's where they stand right now after that 3-bagger.
Set now for the bottom of the 5th, and standing in the outfielder, Michael Brantley.
The center fielder.
Bottom of the 6th inning now, and next to
Things not looking very good so far in this one, but we're still in the middle innings. They're down by a couple of runs, and this would be the right place and the right time to get something going. The last thing they want to do is to try to come from behind and win this one in the 8th or 9th inning.
sent on the ground out to second. Throw to first is in time for the first out.
Now batting, third baseman, Miguel Sano.
First pitch of the at-bat. We're in the 6th inning now of a 4-2 ball game. Now a check swing, but he holds up in time. Ball 1. Smoke toward the hole. Fielded cleanly. And he'll flip it over to Lester for the out.
Now batting, the left fielder, Trey Mancini.
And here's the big right-handed power threat, Trey Mancini. He hits with 2 away as they continue to trail in this close game.
Well, Matt, this has been a big inning on the mound. He's had to face the middle of the order, and so far he's held them at bay.
Yeah, this feels like the kind of inning we'll look back on at the end of the game, even if the result of it changes dramatically here. He's ready. Here's the first offering. Hit down the third baseline. And a wide throw, but a great job there to keep his foot on the bag, and that fine play will end the inning. 3 up, 3 down for the Orioles. Still down by a count of 4-2. Standing in, Kevin Kiermaier. He went down on strikes last time up.
Yeah, but it was a
The right fielder. Ladies and gentlemen, your attention please. Now pitching for the Orioles, number 66.
Coming to the plate now, Chris Bryant. 2 outs and 2 runners aboard here in the 7th inning.
This guy has been unbelievable. There were billboards outside Wrigley while he was still in AAA, and what does he do when he shows up? Rookie of the Year, MVP. I mean, get in line.
Strike 1 to start the at-bat. Set to deliver the 0-1. Swing, line drive. That's going to be trouble. Baez rounds third and is digging for the plate. One run scores. Here's a second runner around third. Safe at the plate. And they lead now by 4. And that certainly represents a career milestone. Hit number 1,000.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. 1,000 isn't a milestone that's going to get everyone talking, but as an individual, you have to feel pretty good about it. He'll definitely.
Your attention, please. Now pitching for the Cubs, number 52, Ryan Tepera.
So we've got runners at the corners here, 1 away, and that'll bring in one of the best on-base percentage players in the game, Carlos Santana. He's set. Here it comes. One out with the possible tying and go-ahead runs on base here. Fouled away. Now the 1-1 pitch. Back up the middle and in for a base hit. In comes the runner from third, and this ball game is tied here in the 7th. So a struggle that time for him in center field, and as a result he'll be tagged with the E8 on the play. Brad Wick is given the ball here to try to work out of a tough situation. 2 runners in scoring position to deal with. So now the Oriole cleanup hitter, Miguel Sano. It's been a rough go of things at the plate for him so far, but his guys are looking for him to change that right here.
Yeah, nothing better than coming through for the boys in a tight game, Matt, especially when you're kind of due to do something productive.
First pitch of the at-bat on its way. Starts him with a good rising fastball there for strike 1.
Boy, this is a dicey situation right here, D-Ware, with the runner in scoring position. The sac fly brings that run in. This is where you're going to really have to try to keep the ball on the ground as a pitcher. What do you want to do as a hitter, D-Ro?
Yeah, right here you are looking for anything above the belt. You see it up, you have to let it go. This is where you have to check your ego at the door. Something has to be elevated and put into the outfield. Give your team a chance to score a run.
Took something off there as this pitch is in the dirt, but handled quickly behind the plate. And it looks like the Cubs will get a left-hander up and working out of the bullpen. The 1-2. And this runs inside, and that looked like it got him pretty good.
Man, that's going to drive the manager insane. He loses control of his release point, and now the go-ahead run moves 90 feet closer to scoring. He's going to have to make some good pitches now to get out of this.
So bases are loaded. Nowhere to put him with 1 away. And that'll bring up the power-hitting outfielder Trey Mancini. From the stretch. Swing and a fly ball. This ought to at least get the go-ahead run in. Catch made in center. Here comes the runner from third. Tag not in time. And they've taken the lead here in the 7th.
Hey, putting together good at-bats late in the games can really help out. And how about this sac fly right here? Good at-bat that leads to his team getting the lead here in the late innings.
Striding forward now is the DH, Howie Kendrick. This, of course, his second appearance in the inning as they've now batted around. Looking to keep this a one-run game. The pitch. Grounded back up the middle. Torreyes gloves it, and an underhanded throw is in time for out number 3. So a very good outburst here as 5 runs come across and allow them to take the lead. We'll look ahead to inning number 8 now. The Orioles lead it 7-6. Trevor May has been summoned from the bullpen as he'll do so to start the 8th.
Number 65,
Ian Happ will be the first one to greet him here as he'll be forced to turn around and hit from the left side now.
This thing's far from over, even though we're moving into the back end of this game. Only down by 1. All they need to do is get this leadoff guy, and they're an extra base hit away from tying this thing up.
He's set and the pitch. And he lays off there 1-0. And it's fouled away. The 1-1 is a fastball that misses.
2-1.
Grooves the fastball there. This is hit high and deep out to straightaway center field. And he's going to make the catch on the warning track. A fine running play there for the first out.
Well, he had to track that one for a long time, and he did so while looking back over his shoulder. Not an easy play by any means, but they practice these all the time.
Next to bat will be Victor Caratini. It was a flyout for him in his last trip. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Hit hard to the right side. And this will get through into right. And he's aboard with a single.
Now batting, designated hitter, David Bodie.
Standing in now, David Bodie. As he'll take a look at a pitch too low. It's ball 1. He's working on a 1 for 3 thus far. One 0 count. Here it is. Downstairs, 2 balls and no strikes.
Clearly working the bottom of the zone, trying to get a ground ball for a double play.
That one's in there on the black. 2-1. A swing and a miss there. 2-2. Runners on first with 1 down. And a full count as that misses. It's 3-2 now.
When you're playing close games like this, base runners mean everything, so he can ill afford to start giving away free passes.
Hard hit ball to second. And that's through for a hit. And that runner will go no further than second as there are 2 aboard now.
Boy, that's one of the, I guess, the advantages of hitting with that hole between first and second base, D-Row. First baseman has to hold that runner on. That leaves that right side wide open.
Yeah, and credit the batter right there. Nice piece of hitting right there. Not trying to do too much. He took a look at the defense and saw where it was aligned and tried to beat him.
From the stretch, Kevin Kiermaier comes on with 1 gone here as he looks at a called strike 1. Fouled off. 1 out with the possible tying and go-ahead runs on base here. And he'll strike out here yet again, as it's been a ball game to forget thus far. 4 strikeouts.
Wow, he's just a lost cause in this one. That's the 4th time he struck out in this game alone, and that's not something you'll forget very quickly. That's about as bad of a day as you can have.
Into the box, Jared Young.
And a swing from him yields a foul pop out of play to the right.
He's got a hit in 3 at-bats to this point. Trying to hold the lead. Here's the delivery. Is swung on and driven out to right center field. A ball that's well hit. And, oh, he missed a home run by a matter of feet. It's off the wall. He's in there at the plate. And they've taken the lead here in the 8th.
You know, it's awfully difficult to score runs late in the game. After being down by 1, D-Row, that base hit drives in 2. That's a huge base hit.
What a momentum swing. What an AB right there. Now you got to grab your leather and go out and flash some D for the boys.
In now, Javier Baez, as he will look at a first pitch fastball for ball 1. A hit in 2 tries for him so far. Two balls and no strikes.
This inning really feels like it's getting away from him out there. As a reliever, you can't let that happen. Nothing you can do about what's already happened, and it's only going to get worse if you're not focusing on the guy in the batter's box.
Nearly got the inside, but ruled a ball.
It's clear he just hasn't been able to find any rhythm out there. Pretty much unable to hit any of his spots, and now he's at 3-1, and he's put him into another great hitting count.
Both teams right now with 11 hits in the ballgame. Did a good job to shorten up and protect the plate, and he'll have another shot at it here. Here's the payoff pitch. Sent on the ground out to second. Reined in. And the throw to first is in time, but the damage has been done as the side is retired. So it's 2 runs on 3 hits, no errors, and a runner left on. Not too many more shots left. Home half of the 8th coming up. The Cubbies are in front, 8-7. Craig Kimbrell is on to pitch out of the bullpen in the bottom half of the 8th.
Number 46, Craig Kimbrell.
Anthony Santander will be the first one to greet him here, as he'll be forced to turn around and hit from the left side now.
Anthony Santander.
From the stretch, here's the pitch. They'll try and entice him with a high fastball, but he wouldn't commit. It's ball 1. Now action in the bullpen as their closer starts to get loose out there. He's ready. Here's the 1-0. 2-0 now.
Don't expect this pitcher to throw something over the heart of the plate. He's going to have to stay on the corners right here. Huge spot in this game. Do not miss over the heart and get beat.
The 2-0 pitch.
Great situation right here. Leading off the inning, you got to find a way to get on base any way possible. But I don't like to take the aggression away from hitters. If it's in your zone, I want you swinging.
And he lays off ball 4. So now the potential tying run here is aboard late in the game.
Man, that's a tough one to swallow. You're hanging on to a slim lead, and the last thing you want to do is give up a leadoff walk. Seems like those are the ones that always come back to haunt you. So we'll see if that's the case here.
Michael Taylor will come on to pinch hit here in a big spot.
Number 3, Michael.
pays off 1-0. He'll enter play with that batting average still shy of the 220 mark. Still without a home run and 11 RBIs. And he misses low with it, 2-0.
He's going to have a talk with the umpire after this half inning, because if he's not going to get those calls, he's got to come a little bit more over the heart of the plate, and that usually means damage done.
Now the 2-0.
Gutsy pitch right there. 2-0 changeup for a strike. Good call by the catcher. Great execution by the pitcher.
Now the 2-1 pitch is swung on and missed for strike number 2.
Ooh-wee. That was some smoke right there. High fire right on by.
And prior to the 2-2, he'll step out of the box and ask for time. Nobody out, runner on first. And he struck him out.
Really important time for a strikeout there, guys. Tying run at first, so objective number 1 is straining him on base. And now with 1 out, it becomes a lot more difficult to manufacture that run.
And before the pitch here, time is asked for and granted by Woody Keller, the home plate umpire. Stevie Wilkerson will be summoned off the bench here as he'll pinch hit with the runner at first and 1 gone in the inning.
Stevie Wilkerson.
And a fastball is in there for strike 1. Here comes the 0-1. Kimbrel, originally from the state of Alabama. This is his 12th season in the big league, so he's put together a really nice career to this point.
Yeah, Matty, you ain't kidding right there. 10 years, we refer to that in the biz as hitting full pension.
Swing and a miss. Looked like the knuckle curve there, and that's out number 2.
That's a big strikeout there with the tying run over at first base. Now, with 2 outs, it becomes a lot more difficult.
Pitching for the Orioles, number 43, Winkler.
Ready now for Baltimore, Hanser Alberto. It's been a 2-for-4 effort for him so far in the ballgame. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. And he swings through a fastball and doesn't catch up with it. It's 0-1.
Man, that's what you would call an efficient outing. 1 pitch and he gets the save. He doesn't get paid by the pitch, so he just figured he'd end it quickly and hit the showers. Good call.
A 1-run finish, an 8-7 game tonight. Chicago came through late, taking the lead in the 8th to secure